MovieWeb.com.
Officials have declared a state of emergency.
What's happening?
I don't know. It cannot be contained.
Advise of a sudden drop in temperature. What you see is happening now.
How many people do you think are still alive?
In the world? Not very many.
The film really is an incredible journey between a father and a son. And I know you're a father yourself, so were there real emotions and feelings you were able to draw from that helped you kind of understand the role and do it in the film?
Yeah, I mean, it was a way in, obviously, immediately relating to that relationship, having had and having one still, obviously, of being a father and having a son. But you know, it rapidly became, once I got to know Cody, who plays my son in this movie, it just became about what we were going through emotionally, because it was kind of a difficult journey. And in many ways, we just had each other to rely on, just as the characters in the story are in that situation. And so that became all-consuming. It was Cody and me against the world, in a way. Although I did, you know, there were occasionally some gesture, some look on Cody's face, or something about our interaction that, you know, jarred me, you know, it reminded me of moments with my own son. So it's, but I've heard that from lots of people who have seen the movie, you know, that they're affected in a way, they take it very personally, this movie.
When you read the script, what was your feeling? I mean, it's a very specific time and place, very specific mood, someone might say bleak storytelling, so how did you feel about the script? What attracted you to it?
Well, bleak is definitely an accurate word, in my opinion. What I felt when I read the script, I felt a heightened sense of family values. My favorite thing I walk away with is watching the love affair between a father and son, you know, and what he would do to protect his child. He wouldn't even let you couldn't even look at boy in front of Papa. And I just love that, you know. And it's just, you know, that was the main thing that stuck out and made me love the story.
They're gonna catch up with us, and they're going to kill us.
Whatever it takes.
Stop it.
I told you.
Stop it! Like what?
We will survive this. We are not gonna quit.
I don't want to just survive. Where'd you get it? I don't want to.
Great, so I want to begin by asking you, how is this film, shooting this film, different than your experience on The Proposition? Was there anything that you learned from working on that film you were able to apply to The Road?
Well, certainly working in a real environment, like in a harsh environment, in an extreme world, what I learned from The Proposition, that was desert and there was too much sun. It was actually the opposite problem. But it was in the elements. I realized for all of us, myself included, but particularly for the actors, it became another character for them to literally react off of. And it kind of gave us, or it raised the game for all of us in a way. And it was exciting because you could actually see what you were trying to get at. And so that kind of, it was taking that, I mean, in The Road, it's the opposite in the sense that it's freezing cold and it's not enough sun, and but they're both extreme, environments, and it was to that location-driven element that was the key, you know, and a great aid to realizing this film and helping the performers get where they needed to go.
Had you seen John Hillcoat's The Proposition before you agreed to the film?
Yeah, and some of his other work as well.
What assured you that he was the right director to bring the story to the screen?
Well, you never know, but from The Proposition you could see that, you know, his way of integrating characters into the landscape, you know, that which is so important in The Road, obviously, that worked really well, and that he had cast that movie really well, and there were good performances in The Proposition. So I figured we had a chance. He was obviously used to working in a harsh environment.
Was there anything that Director John Hillcoat was able to do to really set your mind in place for what the feeling of the mood in the film would be, what the tone would be that he was looking for, his vision?
Yes, he did. We spoke about the levels of emotions and how he wanted it to feel and what he wanted to see. And I thought that was a beautiful thing because most directors are concerned about the shot and where you should be standing and things of that nature. But we spoke largely just on the emotion of the scene, and I just made it just real easy to just get in and do what you had to do.
You call out your dad. Where you from?
Doesn't matter. Where you from?
Don't look at them. Look at me.
That boy looks hungry. Why don't y'all come on the truck?
You look at him again, I'll shoot you in the head.
You ain't gonna shoot that thing. You ain't got but 2 shells. Maybe 1. Now here's a shot.
Maybe. But you won't.
You never killed a man in your life.
And working with Cody, you mentioned it before, but I was just wondering, he's such a young actor. Was it difficult, some of the really emotional scenes to kind of get that
he
with
was
him?
amazing. That was the thing that was such a blessing, is that he is inventive and mature as a performer beyond his years. It's without being pretentious or precocious. He's a really good kid, a really solid kid, has a good family situation. But when they say action, just all bets are off. He goes places that most adult, very experienced actors, he goes places every day that they'd be lucky to go to once during a movie shoot.
Film, it deals with some very big issues: survival, human decency, family issues, father and son. So what, were some of those issues that really attracted you to the project?
Well, all those issues, particularly the love song between a father and son. I was actually a little surprised when I started looking at other films, like as references, because I was amazed that most father and son relationships in films are, like that, or absent fathers or tyrannical fathers, and this is such a beautiful, tender love story. I thought that was really refreshing and great too. I thought that was the key to try and preserve, and in a way, the more obstacles and the more they had to face, the more special that became. And it's great material to have land in your lap, because it has all those dimensions, and to be aware of all those levels and let those things breathe.
I think the main thing is, what type of human being would you be in a situation? It's not about your job or your, the clothes you wear, the house you live in. It's what type of person would you be when all the chips are down? Are you going to be a giver or a taker? And down to the very topic of cannibalism. Are you going to eat human flesh, or are you going to wait and let the universe run its course and find food that was meant for us as humans to digest? It's just, those things I think stuck out the most to me.
People come out of this, seeing this movie, feeling all kinds of things, but always being affected in some way. It's almost impossible, I think, to just be cold about it. You are touched, you are provoked to think about your own life, your own family, the world even, in a different way. And any movie that gets you there, even if it only lasts a little while, where you are changed, compared to when you went into the movie theater, when you leave, that you look at things differently and more intensely in your life, it's accomplishing something.
We did good, didn't we, Papa?
We did good.
Get down! You have to keep carrying the fire.
What fire?
Fire inside you. It's like it used to be when the sun came out.
I knew this was coming. They were warning us.
You one of the good guys?
We'll just have to take a shot.
Keep him warm. go south.
Everything depends on reaching the coast. I saw that boy. I thought he was an angel.
He's an angel. Come on, go! To me, he's a god.